The stars are aligning for you, but are you willing to look beyond the naked eye to see the constellations? You see, our desires and our true reality is out there for us, but sometimes we have to use a telescope, a microscope, to see beyond what our regular vision can see. Because our desired realities already exist. All we have to do is believe in them, believe in ourselves, have faith in God, and have faith in the universe that it's possible. But right now, what I'm feeling is that you're having fear. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of worries. There's a lot of indecisions and indecisiveness that are blocking you from being able to have that visionary field and that faith that everything that you desire can come true. Because what I want to tell you is that when you desire something, that means that it's meant for you. I'm not just talking about wanting something. I'm talking about truly on a deep level, you desire it and you just feel it in your entire body that that is something that you know is yours, that belongs to you, that is just not here currently, but it belongs to you. A deep love, a love and a purpose, a family, a home, a car, whatever your desire is. But this message that I received today was that your desires are not going to show up in a way that you expect them to. Because a lot of times when we expect something to show up in a certain way, that's our ego trying to take control. That's our ego and our human self trying to make the decision on how these desires will show up in our lives. And you know what happens when we don't get the things that we expect to happen in a certain way? We feel disappointed and we push it away. But that was the one thing that was meant to be in our lives. That was the one thing that was meant to be there for us. So you listening right now and you listening to this message and have found this message, this is to tell you that the things that you desire are going to show up, but it's not going to show up in the exact way that you expect it to. It may not come perfectly gift wrapped in the way that you want it to. But it's going to come exactly how it should and exactly how it needs to come. It's going to present itself in a way that is going to provide you all the things that fulfill that desire. It may not be in the package that you expect it to be in, but it's going to come in the right format. It's going to be the perfect gift. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy. Like, I spent a lot of my life just expecting certain things to... Sorry, I gotta get a little comfy, y'all. Expecting certain things to show up a certain way. And when they didn't show up in those ways, I would feel disappointed. I would feel sad. I would feel like, wow, like, why isn't this working out for me? But it's not that it's not working out for you. It's working for you towards your desires, your true desires of what you really want on an authentic soul level. But first, you have to be in authenticity first. You can't attract your most authentic desired reality if you're not even walking in authenticity. You have to walk in the truth of yourself before your truth in reality can show up for yourself. So if you're out here being who you're not, being someone or something that you're not because someone else told you, because society told you, you will never attract your true soul desire. Because you know how your true soul desire shows up? It shows up when you show up. It shows up when it sees you putting in the work to be the fullest and most authentic version of yourself. It aligns with that version of you. It can't align with this version of you that's not believing that these desires are possible, or being inauthentic, or being something that you're not. It can't show up for that version of you. But it's not just about having the faith, it's about embodying this energy. It's not just about belief, but it's about following the actions that are aligned with the beliefs so that your desires can show up for that version who's having faith and having the action to show up with it, the feminine and the masculine aspects. So right now, I have this feeling that everything you want, everything you desire, it's right there. The stars are aligning for you. The stars are perfectly aligned for you right now. This is the perfect time for you to just fold into that reality, for you to just melt into that reality. But I'm hearing that the Most High God, the universe, wants you to know that do not be sad when it's not something that your ego wanted it to be. And be open to new things. Be open if it doesn't look or feel the same way that you may have thought it was going to show up as. If that person that you wanted to be in love with is not the person that you didn't expect them to be open. You have to, right now is the time to be open, to not be closed off, to be open to all the different types of possibilities. For some of you may know me from before and some of you may not, but I used to have this deep passion for wanting to be a firefighter, right? And so I was focused so much on doing that because I wanted to help people and I wanted to be that. And I felt like it definitely had some ego in there, superficial, making me look a certain way to other people, right? I cared about that. But when I was kind of pushed out of that field, I realized that was the divine guiding me back towards where I was going, because if I landed up in that place, I was going to get complacent. And I was disappointed and sad because I didn't end up in the place where I thought I was going to be at, but now I'm in a much better place and I'm doing something so much more greater. And it may not be what I thought it was going to be, but it's perfectly aligned with this version of me right now. And I can't wait to see what this growing, authentic version of me attracts, what desires I'm going to align with. I'm excited. You should get excited because as you evolve, your desires evolve. And as you're wholesomely, wholeheartedly evolving, your whole entire reality changes. And that's what's happening right now when I say your stars are aligning. Your constellations are aligning and showing up. You just have to be able to understand that you're not going to be able to see it unfolding with the naked eye. You have to put on the lens of spirituality to see the truth behind the desires and that they are possible and that they will show up. Not can they, if they, will they. Maybe. It's a definite. It's only definite. It's delusional, but definite. It's letting you yourself know that I may not be able to physically see this with my eyes. It may not be currently here, but I know it's here. I just can't see it right now. I know that it's possible because it already exists on a timeline, but I just have to step into my highest version of myself to meet it there. You have to be spiritually qualified to meet your desires where they are. You cannot step into a room and not be qualified to be there. Spiritually and energetically qualified. You're going through training right now. You're in your educational program of growth, of spiritual evolution and change. So when you graduate, your gift is your desire. Your gift is your desires. Plural, actually, not even singular. Plural. Your gift is your desire. So as you're learning and as you're growing and as you're going through your educational process in life, you're becoming a better version of you. You're becoming more authentic. You're becoming more loving. You're becoming more peaceful. You're getting rid of all things that aren't aligned with this version of you, or all those things are removing themselves on their own because they are no longer aligned with you. It's all beautiful. It's all a process. You're like a flower blooming right now, and it's crazy because it's about to be winter. But perhaps you're just in a different climate, and perhaps your environment doesn't depict what you're doing internally. Do you understand? Yeah. But you cannot control how your desires and your gifts show up. I want you to focus on that point. Focus on that. Because you cannot say that this one thing is going to show up in this one way, and that's how it's going to make me happy. First of all, don't depend on anything or anyone to make you happy. You have to be happy and exude happiness inside, internally. Otherwise, you're going to be taking from others. You don't want to take from anybody else. So right now, you're growing. And as you know, I always pull 3 cards. And so the first one I pulled is growth. It says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. What does that mean for you? I think how that correlates with this message and how it aligns with this message is that I already talked about growth and how you are right now in the spiritual growth process of aligning yourself with your desires. And it goes back to the educational program, right? When that person knows that when they finish and they reach all the checkpoints in their course and they pass this test, pass that test, they pass their exams, they do their clinicals if they need to, they do this, they do that, they do everything that they're supposed to be doing, action and belief. They believe they can pass the course and they're putting the actions behind it, putting the work in, not too much, but putting the work in, right? And they know at the finish line, they know they're going to get their certificate. They know they're going to get their qualification. They know they're going to get their degree. But guess what? A degree is only one angle of 360. So the growth doesn't stop there. You keep going back and getting more education, more spiritual education, more evolution, more growth, more process. You don't stop. You don't just go through one growth in your life. You keep growing. That's why I say growth is never one journey. It's a lifetime process. You will always be growing. You will always be learning. And that's how this card resonates with this message. Growth. To expand what does it mean to expand? To go beyond, to think about expansion. How far are you going to allow yourself to expand? How far are you going to allow yourself to open your mind to believe that anything on this entire earth is possible? How far are you going to go to understand that? To believe that? How far are you willing to go and grow? How far? I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. What does awareness mean? To know, to see, to be aware, to have knowledge of. So the next card is friendship. It says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I feel like somebody in your life is very important in this transformation and journey. And a lot of times, like, this friendship turns into union. So I feel like you have a very important person, romantic or platonic, that's in your life that's going to be right by your side, helping you through this journey. So the last card, indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. It goes back to the growth and expansion of your awareness. To use your intuition is your growth, is your gut feeling. Someone needs to focus on their gut health. Your gut health needs to be transformed. You need to change what you eat, because you can't possibly be in touch with your intuition if you're not in touch with your gut health, and if your gut health is poor. Someone is having stomach issues. I hear that. But what did I say from the beginning? Someone is indecisive in this message. Someone doesn't, but you don't believe. You don't believe that this is possible for you. You don't believe that you can live in your dream house, that you can live in your dream car, or that you could have your dream car. Gosh, I'll live in it, dependent, decked out, whatever. But that you don't believe the things that you want and that you desire, right? That's indecision. Any form. What does indecision mean? Inability to decide. Inability to decide if you have faith. Do you not believe? Do you believe or you don't believe? That's it. That's the only question. Yes or no. It's no teeter-totter, no maybe, no in between. It's yes or no, and you have to fully be in the energy of that belief. It can't be an in between. It cannot be an in between. It cannot. You have to fully believe it. There's no in between with belief. You know who knows? God, the universe, the Most High knows when you're not fully in your belief, when you're not believing wholeheartedly in the things that you desire. You see it for someone else. You see it for your family. You see it for strangers on the internet, but you don't really believe it for yourself. What do you know that you deserve that you're not fully believing in? There's something that's like fearful for you. There's something that scares you. And that's why you could be indecisive for sure. You could be indecisive right now because you may not have the belief of, I can do this. I can be this. I can have that. What is holding you back? It just seems like there's this like wall up because of like things that you've been through, and it just seems like you're taking everything that you've been through and you're harboring that energy. This was similar to another message I just put out. You're harboring that energy. That energy is getting stuck. But I want you to get excited. How I want to end this message is that the universe is telling me that, hey, I want them to get excited, because what's coming next, you would have never expected it in your dang life. You will not see what's coming next for you. It's absolutely insane, absolutely diabolical in a good way. You want, like, I'm telling you, get excited, get prepared, put your boots on and strap them up, buddy, because you're about to go for a ride. Put your seatbelt on and get ready for the turbulence. And not in a bad way. Not like you're about to go through, HE double hockey sticks. Not that. What I'm saying is be prepared for the beauty that's going to show up. And feel safe in it. Don't run from it. Love it. Be in the energy of it. And be prepared now for when it comes, you're energetically ready for it. So that's why you go through your school and your program, you get your experience. And then when you graduate, you finally are ready to receive the gift that's already been waiting for you since day one. You understand? But it's always been there. It's your diploma, your one diploma, has always been there. Like, it's always been yours, and it's already had your name on it. Your name is on the diploma. It's waiting for you to graduate. Your spiritual reality of disbelief is waiting for you to consciously graduate beyond that, that essence of yourself. Because I believe in you. I know you got this. I feel your energy. That's why you're part of this collective that finds my videos. who has subscribed to the videos. And by the way, if you're watching right now, thank you for watching for this long. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if the message resonates, for sure. If these are for you, and just know, get excited. Get excited for what's to come next. But I want you to know that you got to go through your program first. You got to align with your beliefs and your actions, and everything that you could have ever wanted in your entire life is about to show up. But in order for it to be revealed to you physically, you have to first energetically reveal it to yourself. So that's it for the message of the Light of Jah. And I'll see you guys next time. Ashe and amen.